Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark, and we're sponsored by the developer Evil Hat Games. Use code BARDROCK10 at checkout to save on your order. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit dragonmastergames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoyed the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, quarterly backer games with the network community, and an annual swag bag. Now, without further ado, let's join Lizzie, Stirling, and Max, as well as myself, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy!
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Blades in Paradise, the actual play podcast usually hosted by the lovely Paul. I'm Riley, and I play Stirling, the brash and scrappy gamer, who will be taking over shortly. We'll be playing The Dark Below by Anna Landon, in addition to the usual Blades in the Dark. But first, players, please introduce yourselves and your Blades characters.
Not sure how to roll. Just gonna do what I'm told. It's Dr. Winston Thoreau. My name's Jim. I play Dr. Winston Thoreau, who is the whisper of the group. And today, Dr. Winston Thoreau is playing his first tabletop role-playing game. He usually spends the majority of his time making things up and telling people things that are completely untrue, so he thinks that he should be a natural for this. Although, when he plays games, he does get very nervous and his hands do get a little sweaty. So we'll see if he can keep it together.
Next up is me. Hi, I'm Justin. I play everybody's favorite cantankerous old scrap of scab, Maximilian Graves. And yeah, you can laugh at that. He's scabby. So he is not sure what we're playing. Neither am I, honestly. Because I jumped onto the chat a day ago and haven't seen any of this. So I will be playing as Max, not knowing how to play what we're playing, and it'll be true to life. So art imitating life, imitating art.
That's beautiful. Very poignant. I like that.
Hi, I'm Queenie. I play Lizzie the Hound with my trusted Hound of Shadow, who went to stay with Mom and Pa for a while I play this game that I have no idea how to play because, well, I know how to do one thing, and that's farm, and this ain't farming. So we'll see how that goes.
We should try to contact the publisher and see if we can get that as the tagline, like get that in the book somewhere. You know, the depths below. This ain't farming.
It's a rainy night in paradise, city of 1,000 stories. Scoundrels on every side of the law make their moves, struggling for coin and renown. Crews succeed and fail, moonlit and chilled to the bone. None of these matter tonight. We go now to the Muddy Mug Pub. Stirling sits backwards on a chair and jorts in a dirty tank with 3 full beers ready to go. All the gaming materials they need.
Dr. Winston Thoreau walks up from the bar carrying a very flowery martini with what looks to be a peacock feather sticking out of it, and a plate full of some very puffed pastries with little hot dogs inside, and he just looks at him and goes, "I bought snacks!" Anyone? Snacks?
Is that a pig in the blanket, but like French?
Pigs en la croissant. Si.
Ah, yes. Too tough for my teeth. Is that feather edible?
I haven't tried it, but I mean, if you're more than welcome to it if you'd like.
Fantastic.
Lizzie comes walking up with a big pitcher of ale and a bunch of peanuts. I got snacks.
Oh, a whole bunch of penises. No, thank you. Not swinging that way tonight.
Glad everybody came prepared with snacks.
Where did the bag of peanuts go? Like, why are you just holding a bunch of loose peanuts?
They're in a bowl.
Oh, peanuts. Oh, yes, I'll take one of those. They were being the operative word.
And then I scooped them up with my hands.
What are we doing? I mean, we have no deliveries to make tonight. It's just pouring down. Cats and dogs literally falling down on the street, exploding. It's terrible. So what are we doing while we crouch indoors away from the carnage and mayhem?
I mean, I nearly stepped in a poodle on the way in.
Oh, I hope you scraped your shoe.
We're team building. We need to unwind sometimes.
So is this like one of those things where I have to stand up on the bench and fall backwards and you're going to catch me and then someone's going to end up talking to you and then you're going to forget and I'm going to hit the floor and hit my head really hard?
I apologize for that.
Listen, you just need to pay attention when it's my turn to fall. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, look at me. I can't catch you anyway. You're a strapping younger man. I say younger because we're only 5-10 years apart?
At least.
This team building should be safer. You should just be in your chairs. You can stand up if you want, but I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to catch you.
So who brought the marshmallows and who brought the toothpicks and how big does the structure have to be?
We're playing a game. You need to come up with a character, and then we'll solve some puzzles, and hopefully you'll win and not die.
I get to play Dr. Winston Thoreau, charlatan and rapscallion and ladies' man.
That's the spirit.
While I appreciate the characterization, I'm quite nervous about how this is going to go. Okay, a character. I guess I'll be Colby Jack Cheddar, a humble, a sharp young man with a lot of culture. He is the cheese magnate of the dairy magnate, or the big cheese of the industry.
I changed my mind. I want to play that too.
Hey, you can't just keep taking my ideas.
Oh, I thought I could.
I'm gonna take Libby Birdseye, known for all of her vegetables.
That's lovely. Does she collect people in vegetative states, or?
Max.
No, like farming vegetables, peas, green beans, corn.
I'm sorry, I haven't seen a vegetable in quite a long time. Scurvy, you know. All right.
I gave you a jar of pickles the other day.
You did. I hate pickles, and they're not actual vegetables. So, Stirling, if I may, can I play an animal?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. Okay. I'm going to play the scrappy golden retriever, but edgy. I am going to play Shadow, the edge dog.
I've changed my mind. I want to play that.
You can't keep taking my...
Fine. Stick with the cheese guy.
Cheese guy's great. Okay. So, you wake up in a mysterious place with a bunch of strangers who look just as lost as you. Your only hope is to push forward and find escape. Answers are death. Unless you're already dead. Ooh. You realize it's not as many people as you thought at first, though, because you're surrounded by mirrors of different sizes and shapes. There are versions of you all everywhere, of varying height, width, and waviness. There's a locked door at the far side of the room, and a small brass key hanging in the center of the room by a thread. What do?
Woof.
Hello? Hello?
Woof again.
Anybody there?
I'm here.
Who are you?
My name's Libby.
Libby, is that your dog?
I'm sorry, let me introduce myself. I'm Shadow. I'm sorry, all you can hear is woof, woof, woof. That's the problem with being a dog, I suppose.
It's okay, Max. We can break the fourth wall, if you will, to
Oh.
continue on the necessity of the gameplay. It doesn't have to be one of those things where it's true to life. It's fanciful. It's fun.
I mean, you can be a talking dog if you want.
No, that's rather contrite. I haven't done it since Doobie Schoo. Let's see. Well, I guess for all intents and purposes, I can play a talking dog. Fine. Hello. Let's see. Hi, I'm Shadow. My mother never loved me. My father never understood me. It's not a phase. Do you understand? It's art. How's that?
Max, have you been spending a lot of time with the hot topic lately?
Well, I mean, there was a time you left me there for a day or so.
I said everybody get in the car. It's not my fault if you didn't get in the car. I checked.
I was trying to get into the car. You sped anyway.
All right, so I would like to try to walk forward into the center of the room and try to see if I can get underneath the key directly.
Is Cheddar Canadian?
We're doing voices. No, he's Wisconsinite.
You don't have to do a voice. I mean, I just figured it would help you discern between me in the game and me outside of the game.
Oh,
That's good. That would be really confusing if you didn't do that.
I mean, someone who may be listening in may be like, where are we at right now? I mean, are we in the game? Are we outside the game? Are we in the game within the game? And I don't even really know.
Well, I apologize for anyone that might be around listening. Lizzie, you did a fantastic voice. And Dr. Winston, a little more cheese on it, if you would, please.
I appreciate the constructive criticism deeply. I've been working on it. It's kind of a goal of mine, actually. I'd like to move to the center of the room.
The key is hanging there in reach. Doesn't seem to be anything going awry with it.
All right, I grab it.
If I sorry, voice. Hang on.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Winston hops up from his chair, and knocks the entire bowl of peanuts up into the air.
Those are my peanuts.
I thought we were doing voices.
Is a great voice.
I'll order more from the bar. That scared the ever-loving Ames out of me. Okay.
Sorry. Would you like me to do another voice?
No, I'm mixing myself up here. That was perfectly fine. It was quite cromulent. Just I was not prepared for that. I've never heard anything deeper than you come out of you before. I didn't mean to say it that way. But...
well, you need to hang out with me on a Friday night.
It is a Friday evening. Should we be worried?
So tell me now, why should I not grab that key that's right there?
If you pull that string, it might set off a trap. And we don't want that now, do we?
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Death.
There's a talking dog talking to me about death. My therapist is not going to appreciate me bringing this to him. Okay. Libby, do you have any ideas?
Why don't we check for traps?
All right, I'll check for traps.
All right then. Roll a d12. Did any of us bring dice to this game?
Yes.
I always have them.
Is it the big round one? Is it the slightly littler round one? The square one? The triangle, or the two triangles together squished like a triangle sandwich?
It's the one that looks like the round one, but a little bit smaller, and the numbers aren't as big.
You know I'm horrible at math. That's a 2.
Looks pretty mysterious. It's hard to tell one way or the other.
In that case, I'll just grab the key and pull it down.
You grab the key, and it's fine. The key is in your hand.
See, this is why you don't listen to talking dogs. I've learned that mistake the hard way.
I didn't say which direction death would come. We're already dead inside.
It's almost like your mother never loved you and your father never understood you.
It's an art thing.
Shadow, do you want to go to the door?
Yes, I'll plod over to the door with my head down, but a surly look in my eyes.
I bet that dog would make an excellent guitarist for a mid-tier rock band.
If I only had thumbs.
Why not the singer?
Bassist.
Dum 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 dum.
I'm gonna fight him. All right. I guess I'll just try to open the door then. Sterling, I've solved your puzzle.
The key turns in the lock a little too easily, failing to engage the tumblers. It seems like it's too small.
That's what she said. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. That's just what my character would do.
I'm a little shocked.
I don't normally work that blue.
That was like deep dark blue, like a shark was going to come out and eat us. Although that might be your kink too, I don't know.
All right, so we need a bigger key than this one. How did we make a key bigger than it currently is? Is it there a button that we can press? Is there anything like any type of machinery? It just appears to be a bunch of mirrors around here.
Or maybe look for a key.
All right, Libby, you want to take this one?
Want to roll that d12, see what happens?
That's a 7.
A 7. All right. You take a look around, and you don't see any other keys, but you do kind of notice that the wavy mirrors seem to change the sizes of your reflections, and they might have kind of a very faint magical glow around them.
Why don't we see about taking the key over to these mirrors?
I would like to attempt to cheat and look at Sterling's notes.
Sterling does not have any notes. I support you cheating, but
Sterling, these mirrors, just now I've heard everything. Does my character know this, or does he not? I'm confused.
sounded like Libby kind of pointed it out a little bit.
All right. So that being said, do the mirrors alter the size of anything?
I'm worried about the way you asked that. They don't seem to be changing anything beyond their borders.
You just catch me flexing in the mirror, making my muscles look really big and really strong and really buff. He's quite shredded, if you will. Colby Jack is.
You were raised on a cheese farm, so yeah.
You gotta lift those wheels.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I just got the Wisconsin thing.
So, how exactly do we take the reflection of a key and put it in a door?
Is that a thing you're trying to do?
Or do we have to hang the key back up and then grab it while looking in the mirror? I think I'm going to try that. I'm going to hang the key back up, and then I'm going to try to grab it while looking in the mirror where it's a little bit bigger.
Da 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 da. You reach your hand in the mirror and grab a slightly larger key. And when you take it, there's no key in that mirror's reflection, but it is in your hand.
I've never seen anything like this before. But you know what they say, where there's a will, there's some way. And I try to put it in the lock.
Ouch. Ouch.
Don't be angry at me.
That was not a good one.
No, you're right, it was cheesy.
No Gouda.
Both Riley and Sterling enjoyed those.
I would like to apologize in advance because I did write down like an entire notebook full of these before I came tonight. I had a very, very, very slow day in the office. I mean, no one was there. We had no deliveries to make. I mean, I spent like half an hour talking to the HR lady, and you know how that goes.
Yikes. All right, so Shadow's looking at the mirrors.
Hey, Kobe.
Yes, Shadow?
Can you pull out one of me? Like, can you pull out the larger version of me?
Sure, I'll give it a shot. I'm gonna try to reach into the mirror and pull a larger dog out of the mirror, I guess. End up with 2 dogs.
I guess you do that, and now there's another dog. And then all the other mirrors shatter.
Wait a minute. How many dogs am I allowed to take before the mirrors explode?
Obviously, only one.
No, but you see, if I have a magic mirror that I can, create dogs from, then I can then take the myriad of dogs and then sell them, and then it's like an infinite money cheat, and then I should be able to level up based off the infinite money cheat, and from there, can you speedrun this game? I've heard that's very popular with the kids nowadays.
I have to apologize in advance. I didn't mean to break your game.
Oh, that's okay. Roll a d12.
I rolled a 5 for my infinite dogs.
Okay, then you have a finite number of 5 dogs. Well, 6, including Shadow. We got Shadow Prime.
What am I going to do with 6 dogs?
How am I going to roleplay 6 dogs?
I'm Shadow Prime.
Hi, I'm Shadow too.
I'm Shadow 3.
When one speaks, they all speak. We speak as one. We are Hive Mind. We are Shadow. Alright, so now I have 6 dogs. And what are these 6 dogs? Like, why did I even ask for 6 dogs? I don't even understand what I asked for in the first place. Why did I just give Max 6? Oh god, what did I do?
Welcome to Tabletop Gaming.
I just imagine they're all sniffing each other's butts in a circle as they walk around.
You using the key?
Currently, I'm sniffing my butt 6 times over.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Alright, you have the key. It looks like the right size. You're standing in front of the door.
I guess I'm gonna open the door, I guess.
The brass mirror key turns with a series of clicks, unlocking the door. The seal is broken and you're bombarded with floral and earthy scents. As the door opens, a stone room curves to your left and right from the doorway, meeting a flat wall at the opposite ends, forming a half dome. Most of the floor space is covered with raised garden plots, small fruit trees, potted plants, and trellises, all laced with greenery and splashed with bright colors. The ceiling is an unnatural soft light that feels like the sun but doesn't come from any specific source. Don't worry about it. There are doors in either corner. From the entrance, you can see that each door has a pedestal before it.
Can I ask where the sun is coming from?
I said don't worry about it.
I believe Stirling just said don't worry about it.
I know the moment he says don't worry about it, what's the first thing I'm going to do is worry about it. It's like when someone says, hey, don't think about pink elephants. What's the first thing you're going to do? Think about
Purple
pink
Jaguar.
elephants.
Oh, well, if that's what you're having trouble with, then how about this? Remember the time, because this is very familiar, that we went on that one delivery run and we had to fight the human dogapede? Because this is a very similar situation.
I do remember we managed to escape by throwing a large piece of meat at it for it to distract it. I don't understand how this is the same situation at all. Don't tell me you sewed the dog's ass to mouth.
No, it was already like that. I didn't do it. Maybe.
Again, I'm sorry, Paul.
Okay, forget my question about the sun.
Libby's trying to figure out where the sun is because how can there be a garden in no sun?
It's a magical sunlight ceiling.
But you have to understand what's the kind of power source that they would need to be able to fuel a sunlight ceiling like that.
Such is the mystery of the dungeon you're in.
Libby's gonna look for a power source.
Okay.
I mean, are there wires? Is there a switch somewhere? Are there outlets?
It's magic.
Libby rolled a 7.
Check for the lights. to the pavement, from the van to the floor, from backstage to the dock, from the earth to the morgue. Oh, sorry, I should be saying that in a different voice. That was the dog.
With the 7, you've successfully determined that the ceiling is magic, fueled by the life force of the earth.
Fueled by the light force of the... Interesting.
Life.
Garden lights itself.
Maybe if the 6 of you dig up the garden beds, we can find out where the sunlight's coming from. Maybe there's some sort of, wires that run underneath the gardens. The magical force of the earth.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure that this dog can burrow into the garden's life force or something like that. This is poppycock. But Sterling, don't give me those puppy dog eyes. All right, fine.
Fine. All right, here we go.
Do I need to roll?
To dig in the dirt to find the sun? No, there's no roll high enough that you would find the sun in this dirt.
What about my bonuses?
You find a bone.
Ooh.
Oh no, why did I add that?
I'm going to go to the bar and get a drink. Does anyone want anything?
I thought we were at the bar.
No, I'm going to walk up to the bar and order one from the bartender.
Oh, no, I'm good. Thank you.
Another pitcher of ale.
I'm gonna need some shots to get through this.
All right, shots of anything in particular?
Exactly.
Okay, and another feather from Max. All right, goodbye.
I am feeling a little naughty tonight. If you don't mind, could you see if they have any mead?
Mead, honey wine. I didn't take you for someone of culture and taste, Max.
Oh, I just like it because it's sweet. Peach sangria if they don't.
I head off to the bar to get some drinks.
It's the Muddy Mug signature drink, sangria.
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
Most folks don't realize it, but the world is ripe with monsters. And when you have a monster problem, you need someone who is smart.
I came over here, I saw that there was a crime scene. I figured, I'd park here on the
Crime scene. Brave.
It's just not our fight. We just honk the horn, everybody dissipates, and we just ride away.
And qualified.
If nobody is going to assist David with this, he is going to pull out his nunchucks.
Who gave him those nunchucks?
Van Helmen's family is none of those things, but they're the best we've got, so check them out on Monster Cafe. Available now wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Max, when did mead become sophisticated? I'd make it at home.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I walk back over with a serving tray. All right, I've got a pitcher of ale. I have a tempertini for myself. I've got 3 shots of bourbon for Stirling and some peach sangria for Max.
Ooh.
Even has the little chunks of fruit in it.
Nice.
Sterling instantly downs 2 of the shots.
Max immediately begins to choke to death.
To death? I punch him in the sternum.
Thank you.
That's how you fix that, right?
I'll take that from you.
Maybe strain it first.
Scrub a spoon, start fishing the fruit out.
Don't they have Max's cup here?
Oh yes, my PJ Masks cup.
Sterling, it was your turn to bring it.
I had all this gaming prep.
All right, go back to talking about the sun. All right, tell us where the sun is.
Okay, the ceiling fades, and you can see the sun in the sky. It's just a normal sun, and it's there, and it's everything you could want it to be.
I climb over the wall and escape from this dungeon.
Oh, you try to, but it Truman shows you back in. A valiant effort.
All right, can you please describe the puzzle for us again?
Well, you haven't approached the puzzle. You've entered a room full of plants and trees and raised gardens. There's a door at either end of the far side of the room, one on the left and one on the right.
Libby goes to the one on the left.
Okay, perfect.
I will go to the right, and as I approach it, I'm going to sit. Well, not exactly sit. Go into a sitting motion, but more of a squatting. And as I begin to defecate, I lock eyes with whomever is looking my way, so that I can have that long, prolonged eye contact while pooping, like all dogs, especially Shadow, seems to do.
Yeah, Lizzie, why does he do that? Like, it's very off-putting. Like, did you train him to do that, or was that something that he just kind of picked up on his own?
Paul did.
Your father did that?
Yeah.
Oh. Did he learn it by watching your father?
I guess. I don't know.
I have so many questions about what happens in Tightwad.
Tightwad's a scary place.
It's a very scary place.
We are all robbers and murderers and that ilk. That's how we get by.
Poisoners.
Which is why you're always farmers, because you have plenty of fertilizer. Anyway, what happens when Libby goes to the door?
Libby goes to the whatever door she said.
The left.
That one. There is a stone pedestal with writing carved into it below a stone bowl. There are 3 dull gems channel set along the top of the door. The writing on the pedestal says... Shit, hang on. Sterling stands up and fishes a torn scrap of paper from...
Why would the pedestal say shit, hold on? Like, am I supposed to... Shadow, you've already solved the puzzle. Quick, grab his feces.
Sterling pulls a crumpled scrap of paper from their pocket and stares at it for a minute, trying to read their messy handwriting. 1 bloodless heart held within a prickled chest. 1 scarlet bite off preserved if rabbits habits you can best. 1 garnish from flat leaves, known as wise and savory. Harvest these 3 and summon thy bravery.
As Shadow finishes pooping, the whole time locking eyes with Kobe, he scratches a few times, saunters up to Kobe.
Sometimes I get the feeling she's watching over me, and other times I feel like I should go.
Chaos reigns.
How is it that as soon as you finished, the next one started? Are you all waiting in line to do it in the same spot? Like, this is very, very bizarre.
And creepy.
They're all looking directly in your eyes.
This is I feel like hurt and deep inside me right now. Like, this is like taking everything out of me. It's like I'm feeling the life force being drained out of my soul.
I mean, if I were a dog, I would only go once, but apparently I have clones of me now, and Sterling, why, if you're the game master, why do you allow such things? This is silly. I like it.
That's why we do it.
So I'd like to take a look at the various plants in the garden and see which plants are available and around.
So many plants. You've got fruit, you've got veggies, you've got some, like, things on bushes and vines and flowers and some herbs, some spices.
Herbs, you say, huh? So, knowing what I know about cheese, I know that herbs and cheese go wonderfully together, and I'd like to try to find some parsley.
Yeah, you find some parsley.
And I want to go place the parsley on the pedestal.
You do? And nothing seems to happen yet.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
So, would time be... Like, it says 1 garnish of flat leaves known as wise and savory. Would that be time?
I think that's where he was getting parsley.
I thought that one was parsley.
Time's a little closer, but not quite what I'm looking for.
So let's see, there's parsley, there's sage, there's rosemary, there's thyme. And that's at least 4 of Max's ex-wives.
Who's Mary?
It is one of the ones you mentioned.
Oh, wise and savory. It must be sage.
There you go. You throw some sage in the bowl, and one of the gems lights up.
You know, I saged the office once, and Benny wouldn't come in for like a week. It was the strangest thing. Like, it's as soon as he like caught a whiff of it, he backed away, like all scared, like he had seen a shark attack or a lion or some other form of some very ferocious animal.
Well, I mean, he is a vampire after all.
Max, you're hysterical.
I knew it the whole time. I knew it before you knew it, and I knew it before you knew it.
What's sage and a vampire got to do with anything?
Oh, Max, you're funny. When you sage a room, you protect it from evil and wayward spirits, like a vampire.
Not all vampires are evil.
He's a wayward spirit.
I said
That one I'll
wayward.
get.
I didn't necessarily.
You know, if you carry on, my wayward son, and get on with the puzzle, we can be done. Oh, that rhymed.
We can go out like an eye and the tiger.
Lizzie, you finished that picture. That's like your second picture in like 30 minutes.
We've been playing this for 30 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, bloodless heart held.
I believe the bloodless heart would be an artichoke.
Shadow throws an artichoke in the bowl, and the second gem lights up.
In a scarlet bite.
You can do this. I believe in you. You can also roll if you need a hint.
I'm gonna roll study.
A carrot?
What's it? Would it be study?
Not a carrot.
That's more orangey.
You can roll study if you want with Winston's stats.
Oh, that is a 2. So Winston.
Yeah, carrot seems right with the 2.
Scarlet bite preserves rabbit's habit. It's gotta be a beat.
It gets preserved, and rabbits eat them. What about rolling a d12? See if that helps you stumble onto the answer.
Okay, then I guess I'll go digging through the garden looking for something red.
Scrap all the red things, throw it in. It lights up, and you don't know what it was that activated it.
That's what I rolled a 6, Sterling.
That'll do it. Finally occurs to you. The strawberries get turned into strawberry preserve, and rabbits eat the hell out of them.
Oh no, I can't do that. I'm allergic to those.
I thought rabbits, chocolate, alcohol, grapes, and strawberries were bad for rabbits.
They'll eat wild strawberries. They love that shit.
How would you know about chocolate and alcohol?
But those things haven't been around for strawberries and chocolate anyway. Haven't been around for 200 millennia, I think, something like that. Sterling, have you been cracking the books?
Just the fantastical ones. I might play games like this pretty regularly.
Nice. Anything to help you get into literature. Reading is reading, after all, and anyone who says otherwise should get slapped across the face.
Well, some reading is obviously better than... Ah, Max! What on God's green...
Oh, I'm sorry. That was with my regular hand. Here, try this one.
Clang.
Clang.
Let's not, because that's the one with the
Just
knife.
don't flip anyone off.
Oh, I didn't flip him off.
Sterling, I didn't realize you were so multifaceted.
I contain multitudes. The gems light up, and the door, it grinds as it opens. You look on into the next chamber. The light grows gently as if the scattered torches were on a dimmer switch, illuminating a towering room with a hatch on the top. You scarcely have a chance to perceive this erratic arrangement of crates, blocks, beams, and ropes when you sense a low rumble through your feet. The quaking doesn't increase in magnitude, but the cause comes into view. From 2 pizza-sized grates in the floor's center, water has begun to flow like a river. The door slams behind you, keeping you in this room. And from around a corner of a pile of crates, you hear ka-thunk, ka-thunk. with some splooshing as something in the darkness is approaching.
Okay, I have this. I got this.
Quattro. Yeah, you. Number 4. Go check it out.
Quattro goes to check it out and barks and runs back around the corner. You see a big mech-mounted shark with a water bowl around its head like a helmet and a big laser on its head. It's Sharkzilla!
I used to have one of those when I was younger. Like, they're okay, I guess. I mean, they ultimately are defeated by larger, more powerful creatures, and they're only really good in the water type battles, but it's a pretty good monster. Good pick, Stirling.
I drew a doodle, and Stirling pulls out another scrap of paper.
I just imagine Stirling's drawing to be, like, very beautiful and, like, Leonardo da Vinci-esque in its anatomy and depiction.
That is amazing, Sterling. You drew this yourself?
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic.
Did you take classes or go to school for this? This is wonderful.
No.
The rage and self-loathing in the eyes is captured beautifully.
You have a real Sterling, you should do something with this talent. Why are you delivering parcels when you could be creating art like this?
I am feeling something in my soul for the first time in a very long time, Sterling.
I don't know why, but this laser shooting shark makes me... Excuse me, I need to step away for a second.
Sterling downs the third shot.
Take your time.
I come back from the bar with another round. This time the peach sangria has been pre-strained.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so we gotta get up, and either we have to stop that shark monster, or we need to get up to the top of the building, or we need to figure out a way out of this room before we all drown. Oh, there's a lot of problems we gotta solve here.
Libby, is there something you want to try? Otherwise, I will attempt to do something, but I'll let you go first.
Do I go shoot the dude?
Where did Libby get a gun from, Lizzie? Lizzie, you can't always solve your problems with guns.
Why not?
Because typically...
Libby's got a gun. Libby's got a gun.
Maybe I have a laser gun.
No, she doesn't, Max. Now, why would you have a laser gun? And this is very obviously a high fantasy setting. Why would there be...
The shark has a laser gun. Why can't I?
She's got you there.
Don't harsh her mellow.
Fine, Libby can have a gun. Give her 2 guns. Give her 12 guns. She can have a tank for all I care.
You got 6 dogs.
No, you have 6.
She has the keys to a tank that's not here and a bunch of guns.
If the Queen of Hearts could be in tank form, that's it.
How about a D12 roll to laser blast Sharkzilla?
Can I have a Gundam if I want a Gundam? I mean, what are the rules here? I mean, how far are we going to take this?
You have a Gundam.
No, the ancient Gundams.
I don't want a Gundam. That defeats the entire purpose of the game. You're playing the game here to try to solve the puzzle, not to just blast through... Okay, anyways. Power gamer.
Mm-hmm.
We'll play a sci-fi game, for sure. And there'll be so many mechs. Lousy with lasers.
I remember those days.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah, with the 6, you shoot at the shark, and you do a bit of damage to its big mech body. As it goes, rawr!
So, would me sending all my other versions of me all at once to bite the shark be 1 move, or would it be 6 moves?
I'd rather not track 6 different dogs, but we can do that if you need to. We just do there's another game we can kind of borrow some rules from and just do like swarm rules. So your 5 dogs are like your swarm. You're like a ranger.
Go forth and swarm the shark.
Wait, so the dogs are bees now?
Yes.
They've always been bees.
Wouldn't it be a pack?
They should be called pack rules, Stirling.
I like swarm better. They can fly if they're a swarm.
I was just reading about the Swarm Ranger. Give me a break. And also, Riley forgot the word pack for a minute. Okay, let's do a D12 pack attack roll.
Okay, let's see.
So he rolls 6
boy.
D12? Is that what he does now?
6.
Does he add them up, or is it just like whatever the highest one is? Sterling, this game is so confusing.
It's just one die.
All right, so one die, rolled once, and it's a 12-sided. So I got a 9.
You direct them perfectly, and they expertly use their teamwork, and they're snapping at the legs and stuff, and it starts to spark a little bit as it gets damaged, and the laser beam is knocked askew a little bit, so it's gonna have a harder time shooting at you.
Does it hit me?
Nope, you're good so far.
Can you check again?
Yeah, it lashes out angrily and gives you a swat.
How dare you? I was hoping that I would be unscathed in this battle.
Mm-hmm. What's Cheese up to?
Cheese would like to bail up to the top, try to climb as high up as possible to avoid the shark, because he is a yellow and cowardly man, that much like the color of his most popular brand of cheese.
Let's get a roll to climb.
It's a 6.
Nice. You hop from the crates and the random scaffolding and climb up ropes, and you're getting about halfway up the big room. And the water's just about waist height now.
Just about waist height?
Like waist high for Shadow or waist high for me?
I think we lost Riley now. There goes Riley. Howdy!
Wow, that bourbon really hit me hard.
Sterling, as I was asking, is the water up to my waist or is it up to Shadow's waist? Because that's very different. Like a dog's waist would be... I mean, where would a dog's waist be in relation to water? They have a horizontal one.
The belly?
No, it's like the thing.
Yes,
like if
we'll
you
say the belly.
Like, how would a dog wear pants? Would it wear it over its back hind legs, or would all 4 legs up to like the middle of its body be wearing pants?
Well, it's really like wearing pants if you're a quadruped. So where would they go?
That's what I'm asking.
Well, you've climbed up some stuff, so Libby's waist.
So poor Shadow's drowning. You're going to kill 6 dogs, Riley. I thought you liked animals.
I like dogs, so I know they can swim.
Dogs can swim, but they are a little depressive. Well, at least one is, and so they may just choose not to swim. That's possible.
I'm just trying to guilt him into letting us out of this puzzle room without having to solve it. It's called cheating.
Oh, yes, I know all about cheating. So if the water is rising, doesn't that mean that the shark will soon be able to swim about without being tethered to a tank?
It sure will.
Oh, that's not good.
It'll just be a swimming shark with a slightly off laser that could still function. It's been pretty damaged, but it's still going. What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to shoot at the shark again. Try and kill the shark.
If it ain't broke.
It's broke. That was a 1.
Oh.
See, Lizzie, I told you guns don't solve every problem.
Well, I will remind you that we are kind of in final battle territory, and none of you have used your magical matches that are in your pockets. So you can just automatically succeed up to 3 rolls.
I mean, where would the dog keep their matches?
Did I automatically succeed that roll?
You don't want to know. All right. You shoot the shark real good and crack its water bowl helmet. It powers down and it's trying to escape its mech suit, but it can't swim after you. And now the dogs are synchronized dog paddling.
Nicer than the fountain at the Bellagio.
Yeah. All right, so where are we going? Do we go through the holes, or do we stay with the shark? Is there a battery by chance that we might get electrocuted?
Maybe. So far, so good.
All right, I tell Ein and Dul yes, I've named them after different numbers in different languages. I'm sorry. So Ein and Dul swim up to one of the grates, and then let's see. Then we can have Song and Quattro swim to the other ones, and I'll keep the fifth one back with me.
Is that a roll? Because if it is, a dark god from somewhere is smiling down upon you.
Oh.
For reasons I can't explain.
Did the dark god have something to do with hiding the sun?
Yeah, it's the dark god that has hidden the sun.
I knew there was something that had to be done here. We're going to have to kill a dark god.
I'm sorry, I can't allow that.
See, I told you you'd be into this. We have to keep playing. You gotta fight the dark god and save the sun. But for now, you're in a room filling with water.
So Ein and Dul swim to the first circle opening. You said it's the size of a pizza, right? Can they go through it?
Sure. The dogs dive down underwater somehow, and
a golden retriever is too small to fit through the hole the size of a pizza.
Too small?
Too big, I mean.
Oh.
I think a dog could go through a pizza.
Shadow could not fit
It's an edge dog. He's very thin.
I thought golden retrievers could, compress their bones so that way they could fit through something that's, the size of a quarter.
I've decided, in this world, and also in reality, I think, but for sure in fiction, a dog can fit through a pizza-sized hole.
Especially if it's Chicago deep dish.
As they do, they seem to disappear.
All right, so that was Ein and Dul. Then how many holes are there?
There are two, one from which the water is coming, and the other seems to be a mysterious hole in the floor.
I've traversed many a mysterious hole. All right, so is there a way I could get Song and Quattro to try to plug the hole with their bodies?
There's a grate in the way, so you can't wedge two dogs underwater.
Well, that's no fun. All right, so I'm just going to send Song and Quattro and Wu, number 5, to go through the hole as well and report back.
They go through, and they don't return. Water's filling up. It's getting closer to Cheddar up on the scaffolding.
All right, I saw the dogs not return, so I think I'm going to try to cannonball and go into the hole myself.
Beautiful. I think you could just do that. That's not a roll. That's a beautiful cannonball with a big old sploosh right down into the hole. And as the other two watch, Cheddar seems to disappear.
Well, Libby, it's been a wild ride. We've been through so much, especially the eye contact while you watched me defecate.
Shadow away.
And he just goes. Just swims down.
And Libby follows.
Everybody goes into the hole, and the darkness surrounds you, and the weird sun-stolen nega world under the dark god disappears, and your characters wake up in whatever location they last remember falling asleep. But in your pockets, Libby has 2 matches left that weren't there before. You did it! You survived!
Question, where would you consider Shadow's pocket to be?
I already said I'm not getting into that. I refuse.
Because when he defecated, he would have expelled the matches if that's what you're intimating.
I mean, to make a dog.
Does Cheese have 3 matches then?
Excuse me, it's Colby Jack
Or
Cheddar.
am I the only one that came out with any? Cheddar.
You all have the matches that were unused.
I don't know where I'd keep them, but I enjoyed this, Sterling. Maybe next time it's literally raining cats and dogs, we can do this again, barring anything apocalyptic, like, I don't know, paradise exploding in a fiery burst of gas and ghosts all just clamoring to fight back for their bodies and destroy all the vampire uprising. I think it'd be fine.
It's not like we live below an active volcano or anything.
Vampire uprising?
Where?
It's when the vampires return to murder us all.
Where did you get that?
I'm just in the spirit of the game.
Oh, okay.
Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. Don't you feel closer as a team?
Oh, definitely. I'm going to climb on your shoulders now because you're faster than me and I have to go to the latrine outside. So if you could carry me, that'd be great.
Sure thing.
Max, you can still walk.
But he's fast.
But when he's up here, I know where he is and I know what he's doing.
I have a saddle made.
You want to put him on your shoulders when he said he needs to use... Okay.
Oh, no.
I'm going to go to the bar and get another round. Sterling, if you want to play another game, we could play something else.
I could run home and get the actual real mead.
Yeah, let's bring some homemade alcohol into this establishment and play another game.
I'm sure they would be very happy with us if we did that.
All right, so may I suggest next time we do something fanciful in the future, and like more of the lasers and the people that just clad in liquid mercury and the science fiction and lasers and
Yeah, a big science fiction laser blasted mech adventure where you have to save the sun from a dark god that, I don't know, maybe I'll call him Paul.
Oh, that's a terrible name.
It's an evil sounding name.
Strikes fear in the heart. Yes.
I think you mean terrifying name.
Well, this isn't going to fix itself. To the latrine!
Yeah, I should hurry and get him there before anything happens.
Wait, what's the name of the song? Is it Rise of the you just hear Rise of the Valkyries kick off as Max and Sterling giddy up out of the bar.
Tally-ho!
They're having way too much fun doing that.
Don't talk to me about it. I didn't make the saddle.
Why are you still doing your Libby voice?
I'm not.
I'm stuck.
How I am, though.
Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Faith Queenie Long as Lizzie Calhoun, and Mel Riley as Sterling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remus, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Dami Widener is our editor. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrocknetwork, starting at just $3 a month. You can join us on Discord, you can come play games with us. We'll even send you network swag at the end of the year. You can visit our sponsor, Evil Hat Games, and use code BARDROCK10 to buy cool games like Blades in the Dark, and let them know we sent you. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, word of mouth, or rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friends.